We are celebrating young, inspiring designers this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we're looking at decor solutions for temporary spaces. How can we style our rented apartments or dorm rooms without making major permanent changes? That's the question. Now, here with some stylish solutions and decor hacks is interior designer Dylan Thomaz. Dylan, so good to have you here.
Good to see you again.
I love this topic because I think anybody that's renting an apartment or any kind of space will know you can't often change or paint the walls and things like that. What else what are the alternative things that you can do if you want to make a few changes and spruce up the place?
So I think the first thing is, I think good design should be accessible to everybody. So the first thing that you should do is get some curtains and have curtains hang beautifully in your space that just brings a lot of texture and life to the really drabby rental apartment. In essence.
That's wonderful. We also spoke about mirrors not too long ago as well. How can one incorporate mirrors into a rental space?
So the best thing about mirrors is it also creates depth in a very small space. So other than adding art, all you do is you create a mirror wall and you just create this sense of height, depth and texture to the space.
Wonderful. When it comes to lighting, because I know that's a big problem with regards to my apartment. It's mountain facing, so I don't necessarily get the sun that much. How do you create lighting in a rental space?
So I think the best thing to do is add floor lamps and side lamps. So what it does is that you just don't have to have those horrible fluorescent lights that landlords tend to put in. And it sets a tone and the mood as well. So that helps you illuminate every little dark corner in your space, but also sets the tone.
Oh, I love it. It's all about the tone. Now, I know things like tassels and pom-poms and frayed details are all the rage right now. Tell us more about that.
So the whole thing with that is you just add in a lot more texture, and it also makes your space feel homey. So adding a throw, some scatter cushions. I mean, as you see on the screen now, it just makes your space feel very comfy and cozy and more inviting.
Yeah, I love it. I love anything that's more inviting is always nice. Greenery. Sometimes we can't necessarily have too much around that because we live in an urban jungle. How can you incorporate greenery into your apartment?
So greenery brings life into your space, and I think it's of utmost important to do it. So you can either bring it in with fresh flowers, an indoor plant, or even some orchids, which would really does stand the test of time.
Oh, my word. I love decor, I love design, and I love the fact that you're here with us, Dylan. Thank you so much for adding your kind of expertise with regards to what we can do to spruce up any space. Any last things that maybe we didn't touch on when it comes to your rental, your apartment, your dorm room? How can you just give it that extra kind of creativity?
So I think adding a pop of color, so adding a furniture piece exactly like you're sitting on right now, which just brings life into your space that could be really dull and dreary, which I think is really important.
True story. Oh, it's all about bringing that life. Thank you so much, Dylan.
Lovely to see you again.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be chatting more about this. Of course, just because a home is temporary doesn't mean that it can't be filled with some permanently stylish decor elements. We hope that Dylan's tips have inspired you to spruce up your living space, and we're going to be chatting to a few more designers very soon on our Feel Good Breakfast show. Over to the rest of the team.